Welcome back, rum lovers. Today we're going to be dissecting the Missionary's Downfall. It's a lovely tropical and minty cocktail that can actually get served up in a variety of different ways. It's also known as the Aku Aku in certain worlds as well. Beach Bum Berry Remix, for instance, Martin Kate's Smuggler's Cove refer to this as the Aku Aku, but it is virtually identical to the Missionary's Downfall. Now, for all the recipes I've seen online from sort of reputable sources, from all the menus I've seen in cocktail bars, traditionally this cocktail would be served up with a lightly, or sort of a blended, lightly aged rum. But recently, I've seen it served up with all kinds of rums, English, Spanish, and actually French. So not only am I looking at whether this cocktail should be kind of shaken or blended, I'm also going to be looking at the rums, that which style of rum suits this best, whether it's an English style, whether it's a Spanish style, or whether it is even a French style of rum. Or even should it be a light rum or a dark rum, or should it even be a black, very black, dark rum? So let's get on and make the two recipes. The first one is called the Missionary's Downfall, and I've taken it from the Difford's website. Now, there's a caveat here. Simon Difford, to me, is more known for the classic style of cocktails. He's not really known for his fun, tiki kind of stuff. So he has sort of riffed this up. I'm going to take a wild stab that it does need more booze in it, but we're going to see how this kind of plays out. So the first thing we want is 15 mint leaves in there. Decent mint leaves. Now he wants to muddle this, which is absolutely fine. I mean, the drink we're going to come on to is a blended kind of drink anyway, so we're going to get the green. But this is a muddle and shaken kind of cocktail. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Right, there we go. So we've got those mint leaves. Normally in a mojito and stuff like that, I would spank the mint, but for this one is kind of that sort of shredded up mint, if you like. So let's go for this. I'm going to use the same rum for both of these, because all the times I do kind of see it listed, it is that sort of blended, lightly aged rum, which is what Equiano is. Could have gone for the gold, but I've gone for this one. Now, Simon's recipe is 30 ml of rum. Also wants a peach schnapps as well. Well, you know, you could go Archer's with peach tree as well, but do you know what? This stuff is absolutely phenomenal. I do love the Monin liqueurs for this. So 15 ml of Monin's peach liqueur. We're then going 10 ml of honey syrup. All right, so just 10 ml of honey syrup. And then we're going 15 ml, which one's this? I have lime juice, so 15 ml of lime juice, and then 15 ml of freshly squeezed, or pressed pineapple juice, if you like. So, not pineapple puree, nothing like that, just pineapple juice. So, that is the recipe. As I say, going to muddle this down, just kind of get all of the sort of blend that mint up as much as we can. Basically, he doesn't like green drinks, that's what it is. So, we're going to do that. Going to muddle that down, then I'm going to shake it up and serve it. Right, nice and cold. We have got it sort of green. We've got lots of little sort of green bits of mint in there, so we're kind of good. I'm going to do a shake and dump, because there's no point in straining it. I think he might have, I've just taken notes of his recipe. I didn't even look at his method. He might have even strained this. I'm not sure, but there we go. We've got a couple more ice cubes down there, but that is Simon's sort of difference off the different recipe. I'll top that up for a thumbnail and stuff, but that is his Missionary Downfall. Then the next recipe we're going to do, I've taken this from Beach Bum Berry's remix. It does get referenced in Smuggler's Cove as well, but this is kind of the Aku Aku, which is virtually the same thing, just slightly different ratios. Now, I've not tried that yet. So we are going to go for, let's do the mint first. So this one's just 8 mint leaves this time. So about just over half the amount of mint leaves. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 mint leaves in there. We're then going for, there's no pineapple juice. They actually want fresh pineapple in here. So I'm going to do the puree, obviously. You know, we use purees quite a lot. I love to use purees. So, booze, we're going more booze straight away. 45 ml of, again, the sort of blended, lightly aged rum. So 45 ml of that. We're upping the lime juice, 30 ml of lime juice. So double the amount of lime juice in this. We're then going for the peach liqueur, again, or peach schnapps, whatever you've got, 15 ml. We've also swapped the honey for Demerara. I kind of like to do a third version actually, where I keep this with the honey, but we shall see. So I've gone 15 ml of Demerara or brown sugar syrup. Then the last ingredient is this. Now this is, I love stuff like this. You could use Real as well. ODK is another brand. Start facing forward. There we go. Pineapple puree. This stuff is 50% fruit with 50% sugar. It's just over 50%, so it's more fruit than sugar. Long life, shelf stable. Monin do say themselves, you know, 4 to 6 weeks after opening. Don't need to refrigerate. This stuff lasts months and months and months and months. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do about 20 ml of this. Just straight in there. You can see there's lovely sort of bits in this. So we might have to play about with the sugar ratios, bearing in mind that the recipe was fresh pineapple, and I've kind of used a bit now. But we shall see. This is kind of a good kind of base. So what I'm going to do, flash blend that up with some crushed ice, a couple of agitator cubes, and then serve it up again. Right, that's been going for about sort of 10 seconds or so, maybe slightly longer. And we've got, there we go. We've got that. So slightly greener in colour. Look at that, bit there left for me. But that is sort of the Aku. Now again, another serve I've seen for this, especially this one is in a coupe glass because obviously it's kind of like a slushy effect if you like. But I kind of like them in highball glasses. So you can kind of see the differences there. This one's sort of really blended in and green. This one's kind of a little bit green with kind of bits in there, and you could also strain that out. I've got, as I say, I've got a funny feeling Simon Difford might have strained his. But the difference being, Simon Difford's has honey, pineapple juice, beach bum berries, probably Trader Vic's, has got sort of Demerara sugar, brown sugar, and fresh pineapple. So tasting these side by side, there is a clear winner for me. And I really do prefer the sort of blended version. Not only, it's still got plenty of mint, but it's sort of mint is dialed back, and all those kind of flavours, the rest of the cocktail really does shine through. The peach comes through, the pineapple comes through, the rum is there because there's more rum in it for it to start off with. But I'd say it's actually consistency as well. This is just very, very minty. Or double the amount of mint, but because it uses pineapple juice and not a puree or fresh pineapple, it's just kind of a bit sort of lifeless of it. The balance is completely off. It is way too mint forward. I mean, don't get me wrong, you still get the peach coming through in there as well. I mean, I love that peach liqueur that I've used. The peach is still there, but the mint just overpowers everything. So for me, it is the blended sort of Aku version of the Missionary's Downfall. Now, before I jump in and start to dissect this and play about with different rums, I've got a little treat for you. Some of you may have spotted it already, some of you may not, but I've actually launched or relaunched my second channel, Steve the Barman Extra. And what that channel is going to be is kind of a follow-up videos to this, extra rum content. It's going down this sort of a similar path without me kind of sort of really sticking to the algorithm. So what is coming up on that channel, because I'm filming it straight after this, is you're going to see the 12 rums in this video, but what's coming up in 2 videos over on that channel, I'm going to do this with the whole plantation range in one video, and then I'm going spiced and flavoured rum in the other video. So let's dive into the experiment. I'm laughing. This didn't go how I was expecting it to go. 13 rums this time, and just to kind of break it down of how I've done it, before we go any further, comments below. What rums would you have liked to have seen me try in this cocktail? You might have your own ideas now, or you can wait till the end of the video, but let me know, how would you have liked to have seen this gone? Bearing in mind, there will be a plantation video and a spiced and flavoured rum video on the other channel. So, I kind of went cross-board here. We've got pot still, Jamaican pot still. Polar opposites, if you like. We've got that sort of light pot still rum bar gold, if you like there. I've gone for the Worthy Pot 109. So not only is it stronger, it's darker. Then where are we going? We're going for there. Blended, lightly aged rums. So I kept putting Equiano just to see the difference between that and the light. Dawley's, that's the 47% ABV 3-year-old. And then Chairman's Reserve. I went for Legacy, but I thought, no, I'm going to keep this Chairman's Reserve. So that's the blended, lightly aged. I've got what I've called multi-country, multi-island blends there. Similar kind of blends. Jamaica, Barbados, Guadeloupe. I can never remember this. Dominican Republic in there. And this one's Jamaica, Guyana, Barbados, Guatemala and Venezuela in there. So multi-country, multi-island blends, those two. Column still, well, you could argue column still down there, but column still, kind of gone for English, style column still, if you like. So English Harbour Antica, Angostura Trinidad, Spanish style column still. Chalk and cheese went for sort of a 4-year-old, if you like, Carta Dorada, Ron Cube, and then the Santiago de Cuba 8-year-old, and then I was going to say French style, but Haitian, is that the right word? Haitian, basically a Clarin, communal, and the Clement 40. So before I dive in and start eliminating, I'm going to eliminate some. Before I dive in, I flipping well love this cocktail. And if you put all 13, 14, if you include the Equiano White in front of me, I would quite happily drink those all day long. Some very different drinks here, but it's not one that's a bit meh. They're all like, wow, they all kind of, it's that kind of cocktail where the rum, you do get the characteristics of the rum. It's not integral to the cocktail, but a different rum is going to give you different tastes. But for me, wow. So first round eliminations, I'm going for Chairman's Reserve, I'm going for English Harbour 5, and I'm going for Ron Cube Carta Dorada in there. For no simple reason other than they're flipping tasty. I think the rest are better. They're not meh by any stretch of the imagination. I just think the rest are better. So I'm going to get rid of those 3 first. Right, now elimination round 2. I'm struggling. I'm struggling. I've got an idea of where I want to go. The first one I'm going to do is the Worthy Park 109. That is delicious. It really is. The sort of the black blended rum in there. I'm going to say it's just a little bit too oomph, a little bit too dark rum. I kind of get through the rest of these like a light refreshing. This for me is a one-off cocktail before I moved on to something else. Absolutely delicious, but just a one-off. The rest of them, I would kind of have a couple, if you know what I mean. So the Worthy 109 is gone just on that, but that is absolutely delicious, okay? The next one I'm going to go for, purely because I think the other one in the category tastes better, is the Clement. Again, a very different vibe, but I absolutely love that Clarin. So if I was going to go for like a sugarcane, funky juice kind of thing, I would go for the Clarin in that. I know there's slightly different styles of rum, very slightly. They're both sugarcane juice, but I would go there. Now, my head is kind of toying here because these are all very delicious. Again, the rum bar Jamaican is very different. I'm going to keep that, but the one that I kind of think, okay, I'm going to eliminate that is the 4 Island, the Lost Years. Purely because I do like that one a touch better. But I want to emphasize again, it is delicious. But if I've got a blend for or a multi-island blend, I'm going to pick that one ever so slightly over that. Right, now I'm going to do one more round of eliminations, 2 rums, before I leave you with my final 5. I genuinely don't think I can get better than a final 5 in here. So the next round I'm going to go for the Equiano Gold and the Santiago 8. Absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. I love them. I know that's kind of a Spanish Cuban style, but if we're going column to column, the Angostura 7 just pips it as an all-round kind of, I don't want to say smoother, but more balanced drink. So I think I have to go for that. And the same with the Equiano Gold. It is absolutely delicious. But I think I'm tasting again just in there. I think I do prefer the Dawley's 3-year-old. So I'm going to say goodbye to the Equiano Gold. So there we go. There's my final 5. And I generally think that is how it should be. It would be interesting. So I can't wait to do the plantation tasting because you've got very different styles of rum there. All within the same sort of, well, all within the brand. So that's going to be fascinating to see there. But how I kind of do that, I kind of thought, should I do Smith & Cross instead of this, alongside this? I haven't tasted that rum bar. I still get that sort of lovely Jamaican without the hefty alcohol kick. It's a lovely cocktail without the extra alcohol. And Smith & Cross is obviously a little bit stronger. You could dial the Smith & Cross back if you really, really wanted to. That's not a problem, but I do kind of like the Jamaican vibes inherently. So the Zymaca is going to be interesting in the plantation. That is beautiful. The Dawley's 3-year-old, really lovely. And remember, kind of, as I said at the start, the recipe, every time I see the recipe, is that kind of blended, lightly aged rum. And that is exactly what that is. So that is fantastic. The Clarin. I know that's not going to be up everybody's street, but for, again, in the same way that the rum bar is completely different, it gives you those Jamaican vibes, the claret gives you kind of that sort of, that funky, lovely sort of funk, different kind of funky, but a lovely kind of funky undercurrent to the cocktail, which is really, really nice. And then we're left with these two here. Again, slightly different. You've got extra layers of complexity in there because it's a blended kind of drink, like black tot essentially. But remember what this is: Barbados, Jamaica, Guyana, where is it? Guatemala and Venezuela in that one. So I absolutely love those. Obviously, that's more expensive. The Communal is a little bit more expensive. So you'd be looking at like the Rum Bar Gold. But generally, this cocktail, as long as you don't go too leery on the rum, I definitely think it is more suited to this type of rum than the dark, the sort of the worthy 109s, your Goslings, your Myers, those kind of drinks, which is going to be interesting for the Plantation OD and the OFTD. But this is a fantastic drink that I really do think you could have a good play with, or just whip up with a decent rum at home, and it's a fantastic for a party. So don't forget to check out my other channel with the Plantation and the spiced and flavoured rums. But if you want to check out another cocktail where I deep dive and see if the rum really does affect the cocktail, then watch this one right there.